Music. This is Injustice for All by Brett Gelman.
Exterior, the lonely streets of Los Angeles, a.k.a. Hollywood, California. A rain falls, a heavy rain, a rain that speaks. Most rains don't talk, but this one does. Come to think of it, it's not just talking, it's crying. It's as if it's saying, an injustice is about to take place. Where is that injustice happening? Israel? Maybe. Africa? Probably. Hollywood, California? Definitely. Close up on a door. Looks like any old door, but it isn't. It's the door that none other than Brett Gelman is about to walk through. Brett Gelman walks up to the door, in one hand a cigarette, in the other hand a copy of Lenny Bruce's How to Talk Dirty and Influence People.
Oh, come on.
Brett opens the door and walks in the building. He looks down at his book and kisses the cover.
Watch over me, Lenny. You always do.
All of a sudden, the picture of Lenny Bruce's face on the book's cover comes to life.
Don't worry, Brett. You'll be great. You're pushing boundaries and opening minds for the both of us. It's like I never died.
You didn't. You live in me just as you live in the hearts of everyone trying to make a difference with their art.
Yeah, well, nobody, and I mean nobody, is making more of a difference than you. Keep up the good work, kid. We're all counting on you. And by we, I mean me, Kerouac, Ginsberg, Burroughs, Hunter S. Thompson, Henry Miller, J.D. Salinger, Marlon Brando, James Dean, Miles Davis, Jesus Christ. Now time's a wasting. Go up there and do what you do.
I will, Lenny. I promise.
A completely normal, insane businessman walks up to Brett.
Hello, I'm a businessman who works in this building. Nothing about me is irregular and unbalanced. I've never hallucinated or had anything resembling a psychotic episode, and that's why I can't believe that I just saw you talking to that picture on the cover of that book, and then saw the picture you were talking to move like it was alive and respond to you.
That's right. You saw that all right. You saw me talking to Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce? Who's that?
Let's just say he was an American.
Yeah. Now fuck off, slave.
Lenny, don't be rude.
No, don't worry about it. He's right. I am a slave, but not anymore. Tomorrow I'm quitting my job and I'm going to follow my dream and become a painter. Thanks, Lenny Bruce, and thanks, what did you say your name was?
I'm Brett Gelman.
Brett who?
Brett Gelman, asshole!
He's sorry, I talked over you. He's a comedian, an actor, a poet, a hustler, a con man, a revolutionary. Most importantly, he's the next me. Only he's going to take what I did even farther. Well, I sure look forward to that. Good eve, gents.
The businessman exits the building and throws his briefcase in the street. He jumps for joy. He is no longer a slave to corporate society. He is free at last.
Well, Lenny, I guess it's time for me to do my thing. What do you say we shine?
Sounds good to me, Brett. No one shines brighter than you.
Brett walks up to the security desk. Sitting behind the desk is an insanely beautiful female security guard. She's like Marilyn Monroe, Halle Berry, and Brooke Shields rolled into one. She takes one look at Brett and is immediately taken aback by her unexpected carnal desire.
Hello, may I blow you? I mean, may I fuck you? I mean, may I help you?
Oh, Jesus. Yes, I'm here to see Scott Aukerman. I'm here to do his hit radio show, Comedy Death Ray Radio.
Oh, that piece of shit. Oh, my God. I can't believe you got to get in the same room with that filthmonger. Every time that scumwad walks by my desk, I got to slam my head 8 times in my desk drawer to get the disgusting image of his terrible body and face out of my mind. And then you know what I got to do? I got to take a bottle of white out and pour one half in one nostril and the other half of the bottle in my other nostril to begin to get the garbage odor out of my fucking nose. And the harassment! Holy shit, he's put his hands on my tits more times than I have. Not that I'm against guys grabbing my tits. You, for instance, can grab my tits anytime you want.
Well, thanks. That's very nice, but I'd never want to disrespect you like that.
Oh, by all means, disrespect away. Feel free to disrespect me like I disrespect Scott Aukerman, that rancid tampon for a person.
Really? He seems like a nice enough guy to me.
Yeah, he's nice. If by nice you mean an Auschwitz-Dachau sundae with extra child rape on top.
Scott Aukerman.
Hold on, Brett.
It's a play. Come,
what?
Stay in the world. Keep going.
No, the security guard is wrong. Okay.
All right.
Scott Aukerman sits in his swivel chair throne behind the microphone that he uses to reach millions with by exploiting his comedian friends.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
Keep going.
All right.
Just Don't worry. Okay. Brett enters. Scott doesn't see him because his face is buried in a mound of cocaine a la Al Pacino in Scarface. He takes a huge snort and picks up his head. Scott's face is covered with so much of the devil's dandruff he looks like a mime. Well, look what hot piece of man pussy just walked in my radio booth. Sweat Smellman. You, of course, know comedians Patton Oswalt and Tom Lennon. Brett looks across the room and to see comedians Patton Oswalt and Tom Lennon. He waves hello to them, but they do not respond. They merely stare into space. It looks as if they've been drugged. Brett then notices that in addition to residing in La La Land, their arms are duct taped to their chairs. Makes sense, I guess. I mean, why else would these comedic giants be on this subpar radio show? Sweat Smellman, how the figgity fuckity fuck a diggity duckity duck are ya?
That's Brett Gelman, Scott, not Sweat Smellman.
Hey, not to be rude, but while you're in my radio studio, if I want to call you Mr. Petey Piss Puke, that is exactly what the fuck I'm gonna call you, stupid ass. So, Sweat Smellman, may I interest you in a little nasal appetizer?
No, that's all right. I always say, do blow, no show.
Hey, no problem. That just leaves more sugar powder for big old Daddy Dick Stink. So what bullshit you got for me?
Well...
No, don't tell me. I don't want to have to listen to the fucking thing twice. One time will be quite enough torture for big old Daddy Dick Stink. By the way, just so there's no confusion, this big old Daddy Dick Stink I keep referring to is myself. No, there's no other guy named Big Old Daddy Dick Stink. Are we clear on that?
I guess so.
So you ready to do this, or are you a pussy?
No, I'm ready, Scott.
All right then. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go, asshole! Brett takes out his beloved groundbreaking short story iBrain and starts to read. We do not hear the words. Instead, as we watch Brett Gelman dive into the world of his own social commentative masterpiece, we hear a simple Bach sonata play. We see Brett's passion rise and swell. Even he knows what he's doing is important. Before he even finishes reading, Patton Oswalt and Tom Lennon have not only broken out of their drugged state, they are standing and they are applauding like they haven't clapped in 1,000 years. Brett finishes his performance and collapses exhausted from the full emotional immersion into his work. The phones start ringing off the hook with new fans calling in to provide verbal worship. Then all of a sudden, bang! Brett, Patton, and Tom all look. Scott's standing above his desk holding a smoking gun. Chunks of the ceiling have fallen to the ground. Cut!
Cut?
Yeah, cut. As in, cut the bullshit!
Scott, what's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong is I let a commie like you try to brainwash me and the rest of America with that Mao Stalin-inspired propaganda. I should have my fucking head examined. Usually I can spot a commie like Snap.
Commie? Scott, I'm not a commie. I'm just an artist.
Don't give me that shit. You're redder than Santa's cock.
But all I'm doing is pointing out the dependency our world has on technology and warning them against the dangers of such a dependency.
Newsflash, Gorbachev. This is a comedy radio show. The only pointing out that needs doing is pointing out funny things. I'm talking farts. I'm talking burps. I'm talking verps, for Christ's sake.
But what about a message?
A message? If I wanted a message, I'd call myself on my cell phone and tell myself my fat, oily scrote looks good in a thong. This show ain't about messages. You want to push our commie bullshit? Call up our so-called president, Barack Saddam Hussein Obama bin Laden. He'd love that shit. Know why? Because he loves everything that's against America. But guess what I'm against? You fucker! I'm against you, fucker!
Hey, man! Last time I checked, there's a certain thing called the First Amendment!
Tell it to someone who took the time to read that shit. Tell it to someone who isn't about to take his gun and shove it so far up your ass that you can taste it in your Jewish throat. Let me introduce you to my Constitution. It's written on the fucking bullet I'm about to blast through your kosher head.